Hello everybody, welcome back to Learning Music Theory. Today we're going to be going over the minor scales, what emotions they make you feel, and some examples with it. So if you don't know what a scale is or unfamiliar with any topics we're going to be going over, you can look at my previous videos which we go over scales and other topics of music theory. So there are three types of minor scales, right? We have the melodic minor scale, the harmonic minor scale, and the natural minor scale. Okay, so the natural minor scale is the most common minor scale. It has a flat third, sixth, and seventh degree. It's like a sad yet heroic sounding scale. And right here, this WWH, WWH is how you would find it. So it goes a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. So I'm going to show you the the C natural minor scale. So you can see it's a pretty sad sounding scale. So the flat third, sixth, and seventh, the reason you might be like, what does this mean? So I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my scales video, but if we derive this from the major scale, if we look at the major scale, where we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and we lower these three notes, we would get E flat, A flat, and B flat. So once you really use this, we really use the two scales, the major and minor scale, and we derive every other scale mode from there. But we just really start off basing it off the major scale, but once you get familiar with the minor scale, you don't have to base everything off the major scale. So you could just base it off the minor scale. So all minor scales have a flat third degree. So you're going to notice that one common thing between all these scales is that they're going to have this flattened third, even though the sixth and seventh may change. Okay, so the melodic minor scale is a natural minor scale with the sixth and seventh degree that are raised, or a major scale with a flattened third. So once you get familiar with your natural minor scales, you won't even need to pay attention to it being a major scale with a flattened third. You could just base it off the minor scale. But for now, I made sure you would know it's a flattened third with a major scale. And it has a hopeful yet emotional sound. So this is how the C minor melodic minor scale sounds. So really all that emotion comes from the flattened third, since it's the only minor element we have in the scale. So this scale is not really used as often as the other two, I feel like, but it definitely has a use case, so don't forget about it. Okay, and the last scale we have is a harmonic minor scale. This is a minor scale with the raised seventh, and this raised seventh adds a lot of tension towards the tonic. It's a strong pull towards the note. I'll show you what I mean. And it has an intense sound. So I'll show you what I mean with that raised seventh adding tension. But first, I'm just going to play it regularly. So I'm going to play it and show you what I mean by an intense pull. See how badly it wants to resolve up? It really strongly wants to resolve up to the tonic. So that's why it has an intense sound, because it really wants to reach that C. Okay, so I have a few examples for you guys. So first, I'm going to mute the harmony. The harmony is just chords that have. But we're going to mute that for a second and just play the melody so I could show you how the melodic scale goes. So this is the melodic minor scale. And this is what it sounds like, just the melody. So you could hear this right here. So you could really hear that melodic sounding, that melodic tonality coming out in this section. The only parts I really have the melodic coming out are these ascending parts and these descending parts, because I feel like it's a little hard to fit it in to a composition. It's not hard, but I feel like the best way to make it sound melodic and really have that feeling is by ascending up to it or descending down from it. So you could hear it right here. Pay attention to this B, which is raised from the A flat, which is supposed to be, and the C that's raised from the C. So I'm actually going to put the notes that are supposed to be there in this color so you can see how we're not using them. So These are the notes that are supposed to be here, and these are the notes that we are using. So if we use these notes instead, you could hear how it has a different sound to it. It's actually more traditional sounding. So let's play this with the harmony, so you can get a general feel for it. For the harmony, I'm really just going around a D to A flat, so it's a 1 to 6 progression. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys exactly how we're doing it. And so for my harmony, I'm not using the melodic minor scale, I'm actually using the natural minor scale, but that doesn't really matter in the situation, because just pay attention to the melody where I'm using the raised 6th and 7th. So you can kind of feel that hopeful tonality from it, like right here. It's kind of hopeful until you reach down that minor third again. So here, and then we reach the minor third here, and then you get sad again. So let's look at the harmonic minor one, which is the most intense sounding scale. So let's mute the harmony really quick. Okay, so this is our melody, and it's the raised 7th, so it's a lot of tension towards the tonic. Okay, so we have the raised 7th right here, where we have the C sharp, and that goes up to, so we have a, I think that's called an enclosure or something, but basically we're using that tonic to push up to push us towards that D, and in this situation I'm using this E for even more tension. So it gives us a bit more tension. So let's just lower that so you can hear it sound like if it was a regular minor scale. See how it's not as much tension, it's a little bit like a weaker resolution. That's why you would use the harmonic minor scale when you really need to get your point across, like a really intense moment. Think of like a tense boss fight. Let's play with the harmony, and I'll show you what I mean. So for this harmony, I use, it's a 1 6 5 7 progression, but I use the raised 7 in the harmony, which adds a lot more tension. So this here adds a lot of tension, this C sharp diminished chord. And if you're confused on chords or anything like that, that's gonna be my next video, and we're gonna have a few videos on chords. So don't worry if you don't understand what chords are, because by the time you watch this, I should have a video on chords. And so now, I was saying before, once you go from this intense sounding harmonic minor scale and you go to a natural minor scale, it sounds heroic. It sounds uplifting yet still sad. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm just gonna play the melody for you guys right now. Okay, so you see here, this is our basic minor scale. Sad, devastating. But at some points we still feel like, I guess, a heroic feeling. So let's play with the harmony. I think the harmony can mix this part. Okay, so I kind of pieced all these together so we can kind of get, I guess, a composition. I kind of just put them together in a way I thought would sound nice. I wasn't planning on doing this, so some parts might sound like it doesn't fit, but they actually fit pretty well together. So you're gonna listen and see between the different scales how the mood kind of changes. So I hope that showed you how the different sections have different sounds and everything. I actually also want to play these just with the melodies, so you could just hear the melodies. And I'm going to speed up the tempo a bit because I just want to quickly go over the melodies. And that should be the end of the video. So we're going to speed this up to like 120 and just hear the melodies. So I hope that helps you hear the contrast between each of the different degrees, raised or not, and how it affects the sound. So if you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment down below, and make sure you like and subscribe to the video. It really would help me out. I'm really trying to start this channel and help you guys. And yeah, thank you for watching.